This Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching Unwelcome. This is a very interesting movie. It's set in it starts off in the UK, but then we transition over to Ireland. We have our two main characters, one that goes by the name of Maya, and the other one is Jamie. They are kind of celebrating in the beginning of this movie of having a child, and what ends up happening is when they're getting ready to celebrate, Jamie goes out to get some liquor, get some champagne, pop some bottles, but ends up being followed back and being harassed by these people that are just hanging out in the store, which ends up leading to a home invasion where now these two are pretty much Jamie got beat up pretty bad and held down while he sees his girlfriend, or his wife at the time, getting beat up, almost dying. But good thing that she called the cops right in time, because who know what would happen. But this leads them to, leave London, leave the UK, and go to Ireland because Jamie's aunt just passed away. And I'm not gonna spoil how she passed away, but it's interesting because she leaves her estate to Jamie. So they go to the house, and it seems really cool. Like, they're in the countryside. It seems like a lot of peace and quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's not as busy like a city would be, and they probably don't have to worry. But they definitely have some PTSD and are definitely kind of nervous. And now at this point, Maya is full on pregnant. She's like 9 months. Like, there's definitely been like a huge time skip in this movie. So they get to know, the people around the area and whatnot. But then this family comes by to kind of help out and fix things, and you know, uh, they're just there to just pretty much fixating windows, do any type of maintenance to the house. These are the worst people to just have around your house. They just walk in, take shits, they just smoke weed out front of your crib. Like, they're terrible people. But this is where things get really interesting with this movie, is that you have these creatures. These creatures that are called red caps. They're like kind of like urban legends within their community. They're not necessarily like leprechauns. They look like Grogu, like the baby Yodas, mixed with Dobby the house elf. They all look like relatives of Dobby's. So there's that. There's the interesting, like, kind of supernatural aspect to this movie. But this movie also takes a lot of turns where things become like a home invasion almost again for these two characters with this family, when one of their family members goes missing. And one of the red caps does one of the most gangster shit I've ever done, and this is the only spoiler I'll give away, because I did find them to be very entertaining. I wish that we got a little bit more of them in the beginning. But there's a situation that happens between Maya and one of the family members that seems to be nice, but he definitely has some issues. Tries to hurt, Maya. Maya goes through a lot in this, what I'm saying? And she's pregnant. She's full on pregnant. And she calls out for help, and they help her. Then later on, they stop by the house. It's so creepy how this works, but it's also funny at the same time. Walks in the house with a bag with the dude's head in it, pretty much saying like, "You're welcome." I love that. That was really dope. I like the action with it, and I also like the twist that they made you kind of feel like the movie ended at one point, but then there was something extra that happens at the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes of this movie, which was really dope. I really like the way that this was shot. Sometimes I felt like when we got to certain places, like where it takes place during the day, it was way too bright. And you could obviously tell that it was shot on a green screen a lot of the times. Definitely towards the end, you could definitely tell like it's like this red screen. But that aside, I was very entertained watching this movie. This movie was like an hour and 45 minutes, really an hour and 37 if you're cutting out credits. But yeah, if you like the actress that plays Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and she also was in The Stranger, I definitely think you'll like her in this. She's definitely a standout. I like the guy that plays the boyfriend, husband, whatever character, even though he definitely was getting his masculinity tested throughout this whole entire movie, and just it was funny. I had a fun time with this movie. Definitely go check this out on VOD if you can. Till next time, I'm out.